about the internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
Take on it.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world. XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over Swift one day?
Well,
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours of Crypto. And so thank you to all my subscribers for commenting like I do. Appreciate every single one of you guys. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on that post notification. We're giving away 1,000 XRP in total. We're only 60,000 subscribers. 10 lucky subscribers are each going 100 XRP. Let's get right into today's video. Ladies and gentlemen, creating $1 billion in wealth and then dying a month later. Does that sound like an XRP investor to you? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. This one, we're going to connect some dots, and it's right in front of us. James Wallace and the managing director, head of market strategy at BNY Mellon, Daniel, they were in a panel in 2021. We're going to play that in a second. Before that, I want to go over some information, PDFs, documents from BNY Mellon, and how Ripple and XRP is going to be the payment infrastructure, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys recall, BNY Mellon officially launches its crypto custody service. Okay, BNY, which oversees 47 trillion in assets, has set up a new unit dedicated to providing its clients with integrated services for digital assets. And going back to 2016, BNY Mellon reinventing payments, and this is from Ripple's Insights. They went on to say this: while various organizations and consortiums are working on blockchain standards, for example, R3 Hyperledger, which are both working with Ripple, as previously described, there is yet no true blockchain standard, which also embeds progress. Ripple's Interledger protocol aims to solve this challenge by enabling diverse ledgers to seamlessly interact with each other. If you guys remember Chris Larson about Ripple and Interledger together, ladies and gentlemen, will melt faces.
But having the combination of ILP with XRP, we think that's kind of the killer formula.
And moving along to the presentation that was put together by BNY Mellon, modernization of payments and collections. And under test environment experimentations with Ripple Connect software and Ripple Ledger Network, ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave the link in the description down below. As you guys could see, we have the sending financial institution and the receiving institution, and then the Ripple Ledger is in the middle for that cross-currency exchange. And the video you're about to hear from James Wallace is going to have your jaw hit in the floor, folks, because it's the same panel with the managing director at BNY Mellon and James Wallace, the VP Central Bank engagement rep from Ripple. And take a look at this. The applications and solutions, they have placed Ripple and Stellar. Okay, we have Ripple, infrastructure, and base protocols. This is why there's going to be billions of people utilizing the digital asset XRP, but they're not going to know it. Just like the way you send email, you don't know what's happening behind the scenes. And that's exactly how Ripple and its digital asset XRP is going to work like. And going back to the billionaire, Mellon banking here's new crypto fortune, almost $1 billion in Ripple's XRP. This is a fascinating one, okay? One of the Mellon family members had a big bag of XRP, and where is that now? Mellon's XRP is worth around $1 billion. Recently divorced. Wow. XRP goes to the moon and he divorces. He parties in a posh Los Angeles house he rents for $150,000 a month. It's $1 billion virtually for free. I actually have earned it because I was the only person who was willing to raise his hand, says Mellon. My family thought I was insane when I knew it was a home run. And this is Mellon investing in XRP early, and everybody thought that he was insane. Okay? And this is individuals, ladies and gentlemen, from the BNY Mellon family tree. Okay? The closed door meetings, the little something that got passed along, right? That they know that the regular average individual will not know. But that didn't last long because he died. Matthew Mellon died after all that fortune that he gained from XRP. Not like he didn't have fortune to begin with, but that fortune was just, it was all him. $1 billion, all him. It probably wasn't a trust fund. Let's keep going to BNY Mellon and Volante Technologies, and then I'm going to play you guys the clip. Volante Technologies launches accelerator for bank integration to Ripple's distributed financial technology. And this is what I mean by Ripple could be working directly with the company or indirectly with the company, because we have Volante and BNY Mellon to team for pay tech innovation. Okay. And Ripple being a Volante technology partner. And you're probably wondering what's taking so long, why XRP hasn't moved. Take a listen to what James Wallace says here, and we'll be right back. I'm going to tell you exactly why.
So just, maybe even fractional payments in some cases has a high attractiveness. And I think, to reinforce Daniel's point, it introduces the ability, I think, for other currencies than the US dollar to be used in settlement. So I think, if you kind of step right back, I think, some of the major currency pairs will even with CBDCs will have some arrangements amongst themselves, right, on a bilateral basis, probably. But there are, over 200 different, central banks or countries in the world, right, with currencies, and not every bilateral agreement is going to exist between every country, right? So I think the notion of having a network, a settlement network, where you have something like a neutral bridge asset that could be used, for those sort of more exotic corridors as well, I think could be very interesting. But yeah, back to the original question, no doubt.
Something like a neutral bridge asset can be used, and then they just go on to the next question. The same panel with BNY Mellon, ladies and gentlemen. And take a listen to what Daniel has to say here from BNY Mellon.
Again, let's talk between, let's say, China and India. Those two currencies usually settle against US dollars. They also non-deliverable. So if I wanted to transact an NDF, which is essentially a swap, tends to settle in dollars, right? And because it has to go through that same so-called NDF contract, trade sizes must be at a certain amount, otherwise it becomes too expensive to trade, right? Now, where digital currency could kick in, point number one is if you find a way to actually transact in small sizes across China, India, rather than doing China dollar and then dollar India, right? That entire process becomes seamless, faster, right, and more approachable when it comes to small households and small businesses in both sides of the border, right? So again, it's basically breaking that same transactional cost wall that exists across some of those currencies, and obviously part of that process will be regulation.
Saying the same thing, wording it differently, and then he goes on to say, oh, we need regulation. Because do you know why XRP needs this clarity? Because they're working on a framework where XRP can be used as a cross-currency settlement mechanism, and they all abide by the same rules. So it's on a level playing field. And that is why it's taking so long, because it is such a massive integration that's going to be plugged in to the new world economy. And XRP is going to play as a utility asset for the new world economy, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, we are going to go ahead and wrap up today's video with a brief little clip from the director at the IMF talking about how crypto needs regulation, how they need to improve cross-border payments. Everybody is on the same agenda, and everybody is waiting for this crypto regulation to kick in, and then they're going to flood the markets with the trillions of dollars, folks. With that being said, we will be back with another.
We know that we need regulation of crypto. We know that we need to get some more attention to cross-border payments, and how we are proposing public investment in the infrastructure of a cross-border payment platform.
I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.